Hey everyone, I'm doing a series of videos on I got a listing and now what do I do? But in the aspect of I have a listing, what do I do in Command? Now this doesn't have to be just your listing. You can use some of these techniques if you're marketing another agent's listing and use these individually for those particular things. But I'm going to start this out as if I have a listing and what do I do now in Command? Where do I start? What do I do? What campaigns do I do? What smart plans do I use? How do I create things? So that's what we're going to do now.
We would be honored if you would join us.
Hey everyone, so now we're going to move directly into Command and we're going to start figuring out how we're going to do this. So like I said before, this isn't going to be just limited to if you have a listing yourself. You can use this if you're marketing another agent's listing. Just remember to get that permission before you go ahead and do that. So we're going to find a property real quick that I think is worth looking at. So I'm going to go to my website and I found that Jeff Sutter, an agent in the Roseville office, has a really nice picture here on this particular property. So I went and selected that one and here we go. We've got all the pictures from the MLS over here. Lots of really good pictures here. So we're going to remember this address, 1939 Shelby Court, El Dorado Hills. So we're going to come back over to Command, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create some flyers and postcards and door hangers. So we're going to come over here to the left-hand side, and we're going to open up the sidebar and go directly to Designs. Click on that, and we're going to come right over to the top right-hand corner and click on Create Design, and we're going to select Print. So before we get started on creating our flyers and our other print media, there's a couple things that you should do if you have not done this already. First things first, up here in Assets, up here in the top bar, if we click on that, we have the ability to select our own colors, fonts, images, text, logos, that kind of stuff. I do highly suggest that you throw some of that stuff in here. So go on and see I've selected a couple color palettes that I use with my branding. If we go over to images, we've got some headshots that I use over here. You're just going to click on upload image and go directly to computer or wherever you have them located at and import them in. That's all you have to do. You don't have to do anything else. Text is here. This is pulls in from your marketing profile, but you can also create your own text blocks. So if you have any specific things that you want to use that's not in your marketing profile, you can select any of those and add those in. Finally, we have logos. This is where you're going to find your Market Center logo, or if you have your own logo that you want to put in. Again, you're just going to click on Upload Logo, and that's where you're going to find them. Well, that's where you're going to import them from, like your computer or something like that. If you want to find them in the Circle app, there is a spot for the Office resources, and in there you should find all of that information. So next we're going to go right back to templates over here, and we're going to start on our own. So we're not going to do any of this auto create or K-score stuff. We're going to go directly to listings here, and we're going to start off with a just listed. So at the top we can see all the different types of things that we can create. So the first thing we're going to start off is we're going to start off with a flyer that is letter size. I'm going to come in here and we're going to take a look real quick and see what we can see. Just looking around, and let's kind of like this one. So we'll come over here, click on Use, the little red Use button, and that is going to bring up our template. So the first thing we're going to do, since we know we have a specific listing we're talking about, whether it's our listing or it's another agent's listing, we're going to come over here to KWLS over here on the left hand side. So we're going to click on that button, and that is going to bring up this spot. If we click in this box, we can see we can search by listing address, MLS number, KWLS ID, listing agent. So we're going to come back over to our listing over here, and we could either put in the address, or if we come down here and click on see all details, we'll see that here's the MLS number. So I'm going to copy that MLS number, and I'm going to search by MLS number, and I'm going to paste that in and hit enter, and there we go. We've got our address right there. So we're going to click on select. And now I have access to all the photos from the MLS Not only that, I also have all the listing information that is particular to this property. So we're going to start off with, I don't want the DBA name there. I'm going to come in, I'm going to click on that little image right there. And we've got logos, but I'm going to click over to My Assets. And I'm going to jump in the KW Roseville one. So I'm not going to click the plus button. I'm actually going to click what I call the little switcheroo button. And that automatically replaces that now. So if I hit the back button up here, we can see it was the DBA name. That's how it was set there. And then I hit forward because I did a little switcheroo thing. It should go back forward, but it's not. So I'm just going to come back over here, click the little switcheroo button, and there we go. I think that's a little small for my liking, so I'm going to make it a little bit bigger, and I'm going to drag it down a little. Let's try, there we go, there we go. Drag it down a little bit farther. I think I'm going to make this a little bigger still. Bring this down a little bit. So you're going to manipulate this however you want to. I'm just doing it for my preferences. There you go. I like that. All right. So next we've got this big giant picture. And if we switch back to our property, we can tell that that photo looks nothing like this property. So I'm going to come back. I'm going to click on this picture. We've got that box highlighted. I'm going to come over here to the KWLS button. And I'm going to toss in this. We'll start with this one and see, you know what? I kind of like this one maybe. So again, we're going to click that little switcheroo button, and there it goes. You know, looking at this now, I'm not a big fan of that one. So I'm going to come back and click the switcheroo button on that one, and I like that one more. So I'm going to double click on this image. And when I do that, I have the ability to kind of move this image around a little bit. But this image is set in this particular view, so there's nothing to move around here. So I'm just going to click back out of it. So we've got our image placed in here. As we move down the screen, we can see the listing price here. Well, I'm going to find the listing price here. So right there, I'm going to come back over and I'm going to click on the box that has the price in it. And I'm going to come back over to our price here, click the little switcheroo button, and there it goes, it changes. I'm going to drag this handle out, and I'm going to click in this box. I don't want USD in there. I'm going to click back out of the box and drag this handle back in because I don't need all that extra space. And there we go, listed at 1.2 million. Next spot, I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. And here's the address. Well, I don't want to really retype that entire address, so I'm going to click on the wording. It's going to highlight that box, that wording box. We're going to come over here, click our little switcheroo button, and there it goes. It's changed. I don't have to do anything. I like exactly where that's at there. So here comes one of the things that I do have a couple issues with. When we click on this particular box, we see we've got 4-bed, 2-bath, 2,150 square feet. If I come over here and I look for that, we've got 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom. If I click that switcheroo button, it's just going to throw 5 in there. It doesn't exactly work the way I think it's intended to work. So what I typically do is I'll come in, select this box, and then up at the top by the letter case and the spacing, there's this little black and white box. It's called a typewriter. If we click on that, it'll bring up the typewriter here. So we can come in and actually change this. So we know it's a 5-bed and we know it's a 3-bath. And we can see what the square footage right there, living area. It's really hard to see underneath this white, but this is where it's at, 2786. So we're going to come in and change this number, 2786 square feet. I'm going to come down and click the Save Changes box, and there it's changed. I'm going to drag this handle out because feet went to the next line, and we don't need that there. So we've got our little verbiage. So we're going to come back and click on KWLS. Well, let's go see if we can fix this because it's not. There we go. KWLS. So we're going to scroll through here, and property description is right there. So I'm going to click the little switcheroo button, and that's what I figured it was going to do. Big giant text box there. So not a big fan of that. So let's go back over. We've got that. We're going to do our little typewriter here. And we're going to go through and see. I think I'm going to take all of that out. Let's take out the rest of this too. Let's click Save Changes and see how that, there we go. I could have probably left a little bit more in there and moved this text up. So work with it, play around with it, see how it works for you. In this case, I'm just doing this for right now. So I'm going to move this up a little bit, center it a little bit more. Now we've got, oh, I just noticed my box here had 3 and 2 in there, so I'm going to go in and I'm going to remove that 2 real quick. I don't like the way that spacing is there, so I'm actually going to go back to that, and I'm going to put a space in there. There we go. I still feel like that's off, so I'm going to go back to the typewriter. I'm going to check. I'm going to do another space there and see how that looks. That looks better to me. Yes, it does. All right, so we've got our 3 other pictures over here. So we're going to try to find equivalents of those pictures. So I'm going to click on this first picture, scroll back to the top, click on Photos to go back. And so that seems to be a kitchen picture. Let's see if we can find something that will work out well in that location. Let's try this one. Nah, not. That doesn't look well there. So let's see. Let's try that one. That one looks better. I like that one. Double click on that box. Nothing to really move around in that photo, so we're going to click out of that. All right, so we got a bedroom picture here. Now, I'm just using these as references to add photos in there of what type of photos. You don't have to use the specific ones there. You can use any photo you want. I actually think there was a nice, actually I'm going to come back over to our pictures here, and I'm going to scroll through them, kind of looking for something, because this is a bigger view for me to see. I want to see if there's any, see, I knew there would be some backyard photos that may actually be pretty good. We'll see. Scrolling through, I kind of like that one too, the one previous, maybe that one. I like that one. I do like that one too. So there's several photos in here that I really like. That I'll probably end up using. All right, so let's go back to our photos here. I'm going to select this one, and I am probably going to do this one, and I'm going to do I think I'm going to do this one. I think that's a really cool looking photo there. So I'm actually going to change this. It doesn't fit in now with the photos that I'm showing there. So I want to see if I have, let's check out this one. We did talk about the kitchen though, so let's try this one. I think that works. Perfect. All right, so we've got our pictures. I'm going to come over here because that's definitely not me. So I want to make sure I put my photo in there. So I'm going to click on images. Again, I've already have this box selected. I'm going to go to images and I'm going to click on my assets. And my images are going to show up here now. So I'm going to click the little switcheroo button there, and then I'm going to double click. And now we can see I can move this image around. So I'm going to bring my head in there. And that should be it. There we go. I'm in there. So here we go. We've got our text for our team. I'm going to come to text over here and click on my assets. And I'm going to drop in my little thing right here. Dark Lord of Real Estate. I'm going to click on this. And again, if I go and select one of these, it's just going to delete out the rest of these. So I'm going to come over here to the typewriter and I'm going to come in and type in my website. My email. Since I'm using my KW email as my normal email, I'm not going to delete the kw.com. And come in here, drop in my phone number. And I'm going to click on Save Changes. There we go. All in there. I like the way it's spaced and where it's sitting at, so we're good with that. So we've got our first thing. We've got our first flyer here, okay? I should have said this at the beginning, but always come back up here to the top and rename this design. When you go and download this, you're going to look at this and go, what was that? So I'm going to come in here real quick and try to delete all this. And I'm going to call this our street address, 1939 Shelby Court, 1939 Shelby Court, flyer. All right, I've got that. Now, if I want to download this right now, I can click on Done. It's going to save all my changes, and it's going to bring me back to the design space here. Or if I double click on that image, if I don't click Done first, I can come in and click the download button, which is going to be this right here. So you click on download. If you're going to print this off, I would say PDF for printing or standard will be fine. If you're looking to save this and put this on the internet somewhere or share the picture with people, PNG is my option for that. So I'm just going to do download PDF for printing. I'm not going to change any of this stuff. Click download, and eventually it'll go into my downloads folder, and there it goes. So you can see we've changed the name. It saves it as a PDF. Just going to click save, and there it goes. All right, so now we're going to move on to a different type. We're not going to leave the designs area. We're going to click on home because we've already saved our changes, and it auto saves as you do things. We're going to go to templates, and we're going to be under just listed, and I am going to do postcards. And now we have our set of postcards. We're going to look here and see what we like. I kind of like this one right here, so we're going to click on Use. Now this particular one has 2 pages. We can see this over here, pages 2. Hold on, let me move my, if I can grab it. Frustrating. I don't know if it's going to let me. Because my thing is, there we go. Let's move this over here. There we go. So we got 2 pages, page 1 and page 2. Page 2 is going to be the side where you put your addresses that you're sending this out to. This is going to be your information over here. So we're going to come back to the first page here real quick, and we're going to come in and just fix this up for the current one, or current property, I should say. So I'm going to click on the picture. I'm going to come over here to KWLS. We're going to go there. I'm going to grab that MLS number again real quick. See all details. Highlight, copy. Come back over here. Paste in the MLS number. It's going to give us our property. Click select. We've got our photos. Let's see. Let's do something a little different. Let's do the master bedroom, because I'm pretty sure we saw that in here somewhere. And I think this would be that. So there we go. That's actually pretty close. I'm going to double click on this. I can't really move this around too much. I'm not a big fan of that one. So let's do the, oops. Click on this again. Let's try this one. Okay, that didn't work out well. Let's click the back button because that's not, there we go. Let's do this. No, there's too much room up at the top, and I just don't really feel like playing around with that too much. So we're going to find something else. I actually think I'm going to come back up to this one, because that fits perfectly with that. So we're going to keep just listed here. We're going to come down here, oops, and click in that box. We're going to go to listing details. We're going to switcheroo the address. There we go. We're going to click on this one, and we're going to go to our typewriter. And we know there's 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, 7, 8, 60 square feet. And we can figure out what the age is. We're going to click Save Changes because I have to scroll over here. And we're going to find the year built, 1995. So we're going to come back over here. And we're still selected there, so we're going to click on the typewriter. And we're going to go over here, 95. Save Changes. If you don't want to put that in there, you don't have to. You can delete that part out. So I'm going to fix that handle there. Our price is right there, so we're going to click on our little price box there. We're going to do our little switcheroo. I'm going to go back into the typewriter because I don't want that. We're going to click Save Changes. I'm going to pull a little handle out. So there we go. We've got our front of our postcard. You can see this box is actually a fade box here. It's fading the picture down, lowering the transparency. If you want to, you can get rid of that. You just would come in and click the delete button. I kind of like that there, so I'm not going to touch that. We're going to come over to the other side. And this is where I'm actually going to probably put my face in here. So I'm going to click on images. I've selected the box. Click on images, my assets, and I'm going to switcheroo this one. Double click on the image and drag it down so my head is in there. Double click to get out of it. Your name, and so here we go again with the box here issue that I can't stand. I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to type in the typewriter my information. I'm going to delete this out. Click Save Changes. It's going to fix that field there. Click in this box, typewriter again. And I'm going to come in. For our websites, you do not need www. That is not a requirement anymore. Actually, if you go to any website, you're going to see that the www. Portion has been removed from a lot of websites. It's deprecated, in other words, it's no longer used. Sometimes if you type in www. And the address, you'll go nowhere. It won't do anything for you. So just keep that in mind. 916-399-3559. And since, like I said, I'm using my KW email, I'm going to, dang it. I'm going to just come in and type that. All right, so we've got that. I'm going to fix my little handle here real quick to get it all together. I'm liking the way that looks. So you have an app link of yours, and you can enter that in here. No one's really going to type this in, so I would go and create a QR code for this so someone can scan it with their phone. Really simple to do. We're going to go to text box here, my assets, and we're going to come over here and we're going to find our app link code, which is probably hidden behind my picture. Oh no, I got to change some information here. There it is right there. So I'm going to grab that box. I just clicked add. I'm going to click in here and highlight the whole thing. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to open up a new tab, and I'm going to go to type in QR code generator. I generally use this one, the first one that comes up, qr-code-generator.com. We're going to click on URL right there. We're going to click in the enter your website, and we're going to paste our app link in there. And here's our QR code. We're going to click download, and it's going to download it to my computer. That simple. That's exactly how you're going to create a QR code. We're just going to wait for it to do its thing. It'll eventually start to download. There it is. I've done this many times. You can see number 6 there. I'm going to do app code QR. No, KW app code QR. All right, it downloaded. I'm done with this website. I'm going to come over here, and first off, I'm going to highlight that box and hit delete, get rid of it. I'm going to click on that box. I'm going to go to the typewriter, and I'm going to delete this portion, make sure I get rid of that extra line. And now I have downloaded my app. I have the KW thing over here, but now I'm going to come over here to images. And I am going to add an image here. Go to my download section where I just downloaded that too. There we go. Uploading. Close out of this box. And I am going to click on the plus button, and I'm going to resize this. And I'm going to fix this. I'm going to push that up. I'm going to push this over and up, and I'm going to, I think I'm going to put that right there. I think I went a little too far. I'm going to bring that down. I'm going to bring that down. All right, so we've got that done. Let me bring this handle. Let's click out of this. I'm going to bring this over to the left still a little bit more. That looks good. Always check and make sure your QR code works as well before you send this out to be printed anywhere. You want to make sure it goes exactly to where you want it to go to. In this case, this particular QR code is going to go to whatever app store their phone is with, Android or Apple, and go to the KW app. This is going to download the buy and sell app for your client to search or for anyone to search. It's automatically going to link you to them if they create an account. That will be one of the things that they will have to do. Once they create that account, you will get a new lead notification in command, and they will be linked to you so that anytime they look at a property, your information will show up there. You'll also see what properties they're looking at, clicking and viewing, and that kind of stuff. So next thing we're going to come down is click the box for the DBA stuff. And we're going to come back over to images. I lied, logos, and my assets. And I'm going to use the little switcheroo button and drop the KW Roseville. That looks really blurry. I don't like that. Why is it like that? I don't like that whatsoever. I'm going to add another one in, even though that was from the official downloads. Go to pictures, saved. Some later ones. Let's go to these. Do that. We'll do the switcheroo on that one. That still looks blurry. What's the deal with that? Me no like. I don't like this. Let's go back. I already did those. That's the. Let's see what this one's like. These ones with the black behind it are all transparent backgrounds. Yeah, you can barely even see that. We're gonna go back and look at the black and white ones now. Go with that, upload, done. One's better. It's not nearly as blurry, but yeah, I didn't like that. That wasn't really cool. And this K is a little cut off too. I don't know. That's kind of weird. I'm going to deal with it right now. I'm not sure if we have anything else. Contact me for additional details or to schedule a tour. Whoever you're sending it to is going to go in this box here. So whatever program you're using, that will automatically dump in there for you, so you won't have to do it yourself. And so here we go. We've got our front, we've got our pretty side, and we've got our mailing side. So we've got all that there. Just like before, I forgot to tell you, go ahead and change this. 1939 Shelby Court postcard. Click enter. We've got that done. So we're going to go back and we're going to do one more. I'm going to do a door hanger now. So I clicked on the home button. Wait for this to load up. Going to go to templates. We're going to stay on just listed. We're going to go to door hangers, and we've got these here. I'm going to go with this one because it kind of fits what the theme was like with the other ones. We've got 2 pages on this as well. So we have our front and we have our reverse side. So we need to go in and do that. I'm going to zoom in on this, and I'm just going to start going to town on this. I may just speed up this section because it's pretty much the same thing over again. So we're just going to go in and KWLS, come back over here, here, there. I'm going to come over here, listing, MLS, there, select listing details. We're going to do the address. We've got that. Click here. We're going to come up to the typewriter. We know 5 space. Get rid of that. 3 space. Whoops. Remove that. I'm going to remove that because I don't really care. Remove that line. Save changes. Click here, typewriter. changes and fix this there. Okay, we've got that. I'm going to do this. Photos. Okay, we're going to do this photo. I like that tree, but I think this one's better. Got those. Okay, so we got our front. We're going to come to our back. Zoom in a little bit. I'm going to come to text, my assets. And so since we already did this, I'm actually going to delete that out. I'm going to go back to my images, my assets, add this one in, shrink this sucker down. Text, bio, I'm going to do text alignment to the center. I'm going to bring this up to 12. Come over here. Go, logos, my assets. So I'm going to come back over here now, and I'm going to upload let's do that one. Okay, so now we've got both sides. Perfect, perfect. I'm going to come up here and do this again. 939 shall be court door. Enter. So now we've got them. So I'm going to download this one. And definitely for printing, because we're going to send this off to be printed out. We want all pages. We're going to click download. It's going to eventually go. We'll pop it up. Got that download there. We are going to go click on done because I want to download that postcard as well because I didn't download that one. So we're going to double click on that. Click on download. Best for printing, manual bleed, all pages, we're good. Downloading. Downloaded. All right. So once you are done, you have now just created 3 different pieces of media, print media for you to use. You can print that flyer either at the office or go somewhere else to hand out in the neighborhood or networking or anything like that. Door knocking, farming, that kind of stuff. You have a postcard that you can use in a direct mail campaign to send out to your database or do circle prospecting with. Third, you have a door hanger. So if you're doing farming or you're circle prospecting in that area as well, you can go ahead and put that door hanger up. So we just created a bunch of media for that. Tune into one of the next videos. We'll be going over how to do direct mail campaigns through Command. I'll be showing you in another video how to create these same things in Canva in case you don't want to use Command. And then we'll be doing Facebook ads or social media ads through Command as well and showing you how to do that. And finally, how to set up smart plans on all the things that we just created so that there is some automated follow-up for you. Catch you later.